Right guys, just finished a shift at the old work. Nice little, generally the shift was piss, I'm not gonna lie to you. It was a shift, mate, it was good. It was a good shift. That's plenty of angle now. Get that back, son. This one should be sweet. Yeah, it should come off now. This way. I actually wanted the gas a bit too heavy where I would have been best off going straight to third. Could have wanted to, but I thought I'd go second and third. Probably was just best off. Yeah, I thought my handbrake was still partially up, I could tell. I didn't move it all the way. It's all the way down now. Yeah, that's sweet. Yeah, see if I was pace a bit better there. Second, and all of a sudden there was a fucking car off. Yeah, that caught me off guard, man. I looked down for 1 second, and there was a fucking, not even a second, like just a glimpse, and then all of a sudden, car's fucking wedged through that side of the scanner. that kind of startled me. That one moment where that car or two dove around the parked car pretty close to me, and then that fucking massive ass vehicle also pulled out the side road. Kind of startled me that all that happened that quickly. It was kind of mental. I think I was just looking in my mirror or just looking at something for just like a brief moment, all of a sudden that fucking kind of startled me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. Things that just do happen every now and then that kind of make you think, fuck, that all happened a bit quick. So those moments, like, things really unexpected. There you go, fuck. That's fine. Starting to go a bit over to left there. It's quite attached. Right. Don't know. It's a bit weird in that drive. Don't know what it is, but that didn't feel like a particularly confident one. I don't know if I was necessarily bad or there's just like a lot of shit happening. Sometimes like a lot of random shit kind of just occurs. Like I suppose it's a busy hour and yeah. I mean they should have probably gave me priority. I didn't even know there was the way like the speed they were going. I obviously just looked across for a second. I honestly can't remember. I looked across. I did something for like just a moment. And yeah, cars were like flying round past the parked vehicle. It was the speed at which they were doing it. Like you think they'd be more attentive, but no, they were flying around. And I was looking, and like all of a sudden, something must have obscured me. Something must have obscured my vehicle, obscured my view of the parked vehicle. Maybe not residents parked, whatever. But the way they just flew round onto my side. Like, not much time in that. It just startled me a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. And then the fucking big vehicle pulling out startled me a bit, but that weren't like a out of control startle. But those two vehicles going around the parked one was almost felt a little bit controllers for just a tiny moment. I was a bit like, fuck, what the hell? That caught me off guard, like. And And then the big vehicle, obviously, that was calm. I had bare time to respond to that, but it just caught me off guard, man. Something just... Occasionally, you'll just have something that catches you off guard and you're like, fuck. Because I think, like, when I'm driving that, I always feel totally in control. But maybe it was their actions. They probably should have gave me priority if it was tight like that. You know what I mean? But, yeah, that caught me off guard big time. I definitely was looking at the road. I don't know where I was looking. Gear or something. Yeah, I think that might have been as you're approaching that 30 sign, that's when you changed gear. If I kept it in fourth and just kept moving, I would have felt a lot more in control. Because it was only that, yeah, that's what it was. It was like, as I was approaching that 30 sign, I took a moment to just change to third and lean out of the revs. And it's when I looked up then, as I went to 30, that the cars came flying behind that car. And obviously I hadn't properly taken in the parked car yet from changing gear. And before, like, within that millisecond of me looking up, yeah, or like half a second of me looking up and observing the road, yeah, the cars just flew round the parked vehicle that I wasn't totally aware of yet. You know, within that half a second of changing gear. Yeah, startled me, man, a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. It was a weird one. Yeah, did I look down to change gear? Fuck, I looked down to change gear, I think. I never do that. I literally never do that. Shit. It's making me think now. I think I looked down to change gear. I don't need to look down to change gear. I think I just did it without meaning to, but that's ridiculous. I literally never do that. Fuck, yeah. That startled me, guys, because, yeah, one moment where I looked down to change gear and I was a little bit less responsive to what was going on in front of me than I usually am. But look, everything's chilling. I mean, it wasn't really close, but it felt less in control than I should have. I should have lots of control. I always have lots of control. I'm a good driver. Like, I don't... Do you know what I mean? So that kind of bothers me that I didn't feel like in that moment where I probably looked down to change gear. I don't need to. Like, I don't know why I did it. I just did. Yeah. Did I look down? I must have. I remember looking down, I think. But anyways, it is what it is. I think, obviously, when you're driving, everything happens quickly, doesn't it? So it felt in that moment of not feeling in total control. It felt, yeah, I didn't really like that, but yeah, I don't think it's that deep. But anyways, we're home, gonna have some food. Yeah, see you guys in a bit.